We hear many different types of sounds around us in our everyday life, like ticking of clock, the rustle of paper, ringing of telephone, ringing of school bell, horns of vehicles, sounds of flying aeroplane, raining, talking to each other, etc. You can even hear the sound of your breathing. You can judge lots of things happening only by hearing sounds. All the animals and birds also produce different types of sounds. At a music concert, we hear the sounds produced by various musical instruments like sitar, veena, violin, guitar, tanpura, piano, harmonium, flute, shehnai, tabla and cymbals, etc. Thus, we hear sounds from various sources like humans, birds, animals, bells, machines, vehicles, televisions, radios, etc. Sound is the sensation felt by our ears. It is a form of energy that makes us able to hear. To communicate through sound, we need three factors. 1. There should be some source of sound which can produce sound. 2. There should be a medium, example, air through which sound can be transmitted. 3. There should be a sensor, that is, ear, which can identify the sound and decode the meaning of the sound being produced by the source. Production of sound. A vibrating object which produces sound has a certain amount of energy which travels in the form of sound waves. The energy required to make an object vibrate and produce sound is provided by some outside sources like our hand, wind, etc. Some examples are: 1. The buzzing sound of a bee or mosquito is produced by the vibration of their wings. 2. The sound in a sitar, veena or guitar is produced by the vibration of stretched strings, stretched wires. 3. The sound of our voice is produced by the vibration of two vocal cords in our throat caused by air coming from the lungs. You can feel it by pressing your finger lightly on your throat, little below the chin while speaking. 4. The sound of a drum or tabla is produced by the vibration of its skin or membrane when struck. 5. The sound of a flute, bansuri, is produced by the vibrations of air enclosed in the flute tube. 6. The sound of school bell is produced by the vibration of an iron or brass plate when it is hit by a hammer. 7. The sound in a radio or television is produced by the vibrations of the thin diaphragm of a speaker. 8. Hold a plastic scale firmly at the edge of a table. Strike the loose end with another hand. You will notice that sound is produced due to the vibrations produced by the plastic ruler. Turning fork as a vibrator. In the school laboratory, you can produce sound by using turning fork. 1. Hit the turning fork against a rubber pad and then hold it near your ears. You will hear the sharp humming sound produced by it. You can see the vibrations that cause the sound. Figure A. 2. Fasten a piece of thread to a table tennis ball using a small piece of sellotape. Tie the thread to a stand, strike the turning fork and hold it close to the ball so that it just touches the ball. Repeat it a few times and watch carefully what happens. Figure B. 3. If you touch a vibrating turning fork to the surface of water taken in a beaker, you will see that vibrating turning fork splashes the water. Figure C. This experiment shows that sound produced by tuning fork is due to the vibration of its prongs. However, these vibrations are generally not visible because the vibrations are too rapid to be seen by the human eye. Thus, we can conclude that sound is produced by the vibrating objects or bodies. Characteristics of vibrations. What vibration is? In amusement park, you will enjoy going in a swing. It is having to and fro motion in the same path. The wall clock in the house has a pendulum will also have the same to and fro motion. The to and fro motion of the bob in a pendulum about its mean position is called one vibration. This motion is also called oscillatory motion. When the bob moves from one end to another and get back in the same path, one oscillation is completed. Vibration is defined as the to and fro motion of a body through the same path about its mean position. It is always fixed. The three important characteristics of vibrations are: A. amplitude, B. frequency, C. time period. These determine the characteristics of the sound produced. Amplitude. The maximum displacement of a vibrating body from its mean position on either side is called its amplitude. A stationary body when stuck slowly has less amplitude. The same body when stuck hard has a large amplitude. SI unit of amplitude is meter. M. Frequency. Frequency is the number of vibrations made by the vibrating body in 1 second. It is denoted by letter F. Units of frequency. The SI unit of frequency is Hertz, Hz. A vibrating body when makes one vibration in 1 second, then its frequency is said to be 1 Hertz. However, sometimes a bigger unit of frequency called kilohertz, Khz, is also used. 1 kilohertz is equals to 1000 Hertz. The tuning forks are often marked with numbers like 256, 384 and 512. These numbers signify the frequency of vibration of the tuning forks. For example, a tuning fork of frequency 256 means it produces 256 vibrations in 1 second. Time period. The time taken by the vibrating body for one complete vibration is known as its time period. Time period is expressed in seconds. Frequency is equals to 1 over time period. That is, F is equals to 1 over T. Audible and inaudible sound. We have learned that vibrations produce sound, but human ear is not sensitive to vibrations of all frequencies. The audible frequency range of sound is from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. This type of vibrations are called sonic vibrations. Infrasonic. Audible frequency range sonic vibration 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Ultrasonic. The frequency of the vibrations less than 20 Hz are called infrasonic vibrations. The frequency of vibrations above 20,000 Hz are called ultrasonic vibrations or ultrasonic sounds. Infrasonic and ultrasonic vibrations both cannot be heard by human. Infrasonic vibrations. Infrasonic sounds are very low frequency sounds. These are produced by those objects which vibrate very slowly. For example, a vibrating simple pendulum produces infrasonic sound. Rhinoceros communicate with one another by using infrasonic sound having a frequency as low as 5 Hz. Whales and elephants produce sound in the infrasonic range. Ultrasonic vibrations. These are very high frequency sounds. 1. Dogs can hear up to frequency of 40,000 Hz. 2. Monkey, deer, cats, porpoises and leopards can also hear ultrasonic sounds of frequency up to 50,000 Hz. 3. The frequency range of vibrations produced by bats is 50 Hz to 80,000 Hz. The eyes of bats are very weak. While flying at night, bats produce ultrasonic vibrations. When these vibrations strike the insect, they are reflected back. When this reflected sound hits the bat can easily locate the insect. 4. Dolphins and whale family also use ultrasonic sound to locate their prey underwater in the similar way as the bats do in air. Uses of ultrasonic vibrations in industry. 1. Ultrasonic vibrations are used for making image of internal organs of human body. They can be used to study the growth of fetus in mother's womb. 2. In dishwashing machines, water and detergents are made to vibrate with the help of ultrasonic vibrators. Thus, vibrating detergent particles rub against the dirty utensils and clean them. 3. Ultrasonic vibrators are used to drive rats and cockroaches away from godowns. 4. We can make use of ultrasonic vibrations for homogenizing the milk. By use of these vibrations, larger particles of fat present in milk are broken down to smaller particles. 5. Ultrasonic vibrations are given to the patients to relieve from pain in joints and muscles. 6. Stones in kidneys can easily be broken down into fine grains by making use of ultrasounds. So, these days there is no need to operate the kidney for taking out the stones. Characteristics of sound. A sound has 3 main characteristics. 1. Loudness. 2. Pitch. 3. Quality or timbre. Loudness. The loudness or volume of a sound depends on the amplitude of vibrations which caused that sound. Loudness helps us to differentiate between a loud sound and a feeble sound. Vibrations of large amplitude produce loud sounds. Vibrations of small amplitude produce soft sounds. The greater the force exerted to produce the vibrations, the greater is the amplitude of vibration. Pitch. Pitch is that characteristic of sound by which we can distinguish between different sounds of the same loudness. We can distinguish between man's voice and a woman's voice of the same loudness even without seeing them. This is because a man's voice and a woman's voice differ in pitch. A man's voice is flat, having a low pitch, whereas a woman's voice is shrill, having a high pitch. The pitch of a sound depends on the frequency of vibration. Sounds of low frequency are said to have low pitch, whereas sounds of high frequency are said to have high pitch. Sounds of high pitch, high frequency are woman's voice, buzzing of mosquitoes, sound of flute, and all shrill voices and sounds. Sounds of low pitch, low frequency are men's voice, roar of a lion, the beating of a drum. In the musical octave, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa are the notes representing different sounds in the musical scale used in Indian music. Sing these notes and listen how the notes sound. Each note is at a higher pitch than the one before it. Re is at a higher pitch than sa. Ga is at a higher pitch than re, and so on. Now if everyone in the whole class sing a single note together, they would make a loud sound. When only one person sings, the sound would be much softer. Some more examples are: rapid movement of wings of a mosquito produces a sound of high pitch. When wind blows with a very high speed, a whistling sound of very high pitch is produced because it vibrates with a high frequency. Due to the high frequency, jet planes produce the sound of a very high pitch. Frequency of vibration of a stretched string. The frequency depends on the thickness and length of the string and how tight it is. 1. A thin string has a higher frequency than a thick string of the same length and material. 2. A short string has a higher frequency than a long string of the same material and thickness. 3. The greater the tightness of a string, the higher the frequency of sound it produces. Frequency of vibration of an air column. The frequency depends on the length of the air column. A short air column produces shrill note of high frequency. A long air column produces a dull note of low frequency. The picture shows you a musical toy called xylophone. Which of the four metal rods A, B, C and D produces the note of highest pitch when tapped? Which one produces the lowest note? Make a straw flute. Take a drinking straw and scissors. Cut one end of the straw as shown in figure. Blow through the cut end to produce a note. This needs some practice. The cut end should not get wet. Cut off a small length of the straw, blow again and see what happens. Go on cutting off small lengths of the straw and blow through the cut end. What happens? Most wind instruments like jaltarang and flute work on the same principle. They are based on the vibration of air column of different lengths. The shorter the air column, the higher the pitch of the note produced. Quality or timbre. Quality or timbre is that characteristics of musical sound which enables us to distinguish between the sounds of same pitch and loudness produced by different musical instruments and different singers. We can distinguish between the sounds or notes produced by a flute and a violin even without seeing these instruments. This is because the sounds produced by a flute and a violin differ in quality or timbre. The quality of the sound depends on which vibrating part produced the sound and the material of which the part is made. The vibrating strings of a veena sound quite unlike the vibrating air inside a flute or the vibrating stretched skin on a tabla. Thus, the sounds or notes produced by different musical instruments like flute, violin, piano, harmonium, clarinet, sitar, tanpura and trumpet, etc. can be distinguished from one another by their quality or timbre, even if they are of same pitch and loudness. Similarly, the sounds produced by different singers such as Mohammad Rafi, Diler Mehendi, Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar, Asha Bhosle, Usha Uttup, Ila Arun and Sunidhi Chauhan can be distinguished from one another on the basis of their quality. We can even recognize a person from his voice even without seeing him on the basis of the unique quality of his voice. The case of moon and outer space. The moon has no air or atmosphere at all. It is all vacuum or empty space on the surface of moon. Sound cannot be heard directly on the surface of moon because there is no air on the moon to carry the sound waves or sound vibrations. Similarly, there is no air or any other gas in the outer space to carry sound waves. It is all vacuum, due to which sound cannot be heard in outer space. Thus, the astronauts who land on moon or walk in outer space are not able to talk directly to one another. They talk through wireless sets using radio waves. This is because radio waves can travel even through vacuum. Sound can travel in solids, liquids and gases. Sound, a form of energy, is produced by a vibrating body. The vibrating body transfers its energy to the neighboring molecules in the medium, which in turn pass on their energy to other molecules. In solids. In village side, if you move around, young children keep their ears on the rails and predict the arrival of the train. The rumbling sound indicates the arrival of train. If a train is very far away from us, we cannot hear its sound through the air. But by putting our ear to the railway line, we can hear the sound of the coming train even if it is quite far away. This is because sound waves travel very fast in solids. Their speed in steel is around 5100 meter per second. Sound travels 15 times faster in steel than in air. In gases. When the telephone bell rings in our home, we can hear its sound even from a distance. In this case, the sound of ringing telephone bell travels to us through the air in the room, which is a gas, or rather a mixture of gases. When we talk to a person standing near us, then the sound of our voice travels to the other person through the air around us. The sounds of radio, television, motor cars, buses, trains, aeroplanes and chirping of birds all travel through the air and reach our ears. When tuning fork is hit on a rubber pad, its prongs begin to vibrate. The back and forth vibrations of the prongs also cause the air molecules to vibrate. As a prong stretches outwards and inwards, the air molecules nearby are alternately compressed and allowed to expand. This forms a wave of vibrations, which we hear as sound. The air molecules do not move from the tuning fork to our ear, only the wave of sound does. When an object vibrates and produces sound, then the air layers around it also start vibrating in exactly the same way and carry sound waves from the sound-producing object to our ears. Please note that in the transmission of sound through air, there is no actual movement of air from the sound-producing body to our ear. The air layer only vibrate back and forth and transfer the sound energy from one layer to the next layer till it reaches our ear. All these observations show that sound can travel through air, which is a gas. Sound travels fastest and most easily through solids. This is due to the fact that the molecules in a solid are very closely packed together. The closer the particles of matter are, the more easily sound is transferred from one particle to another. The molecules in liquid are loosely packed. Therefore, sound travels slower in liquid than in solids. The molecules in gases are spread quite farther apart as compared to solids and liquids. Hence, sound travels slowest in gases. Sound always travels through a medium. It cannot travel through a vacuum. In air, sound travels in all directions. By the time it reaches the ear, much of the sound waves may be lost. Sound travels about 5 times faster in water than in air. This means that sound can be heard very fast inside water. This fact is used by creatures living in the sea water to communicate with one another, even when they are far away. For example, 2 whales which are even hundreds of kilometers away from each other under the sea can talk to each other very easily through sea water. The sound of their talk is carried by sea water very rapidly due to high speed of sound in water. How do we hear sound? We hear sound through our ears. The ears are the sense organ which help us in hearing sound. The ear consists of three compartments: outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. The part of ear which we see outside the head is called outer ear. It consists of a broad funnel-like part called pinna and about 2 to 3 centimeters long passage called ear canal. At the end of the ear canal is a thin, elastic and circular membrane called eardrum. The eardrum is also called tympanum. The sound waves are collected by the pinna of outer ear. These sound waves pass through the ear canal and fall on the eardrum. The eardrum starts vibrating back and forth rapidly. The eardrum then sends vibrations to the middle ear and then to the inner ear. From there, the signal goes to the brain. That is how we hear. We should not put anything like pen, pencil or pen etc. inside our ears. This is because they can tear the eardrum. The tearing of eardrum can make a person deaf. Our ears are very delicate organs. We should take proper care of our ears and protect them from being damaged. Noise and music. In general, the wanted pleasant sound is called music and the unwanted irritating sound is called the noise. It is also different from person to person. What is music for one may be noise for other. We hear different types of sounds from different sources around us. Some of these sounds are pleasant to ears while some are quite unpleasant. A sound which is unpleasant and interferes with hearing is called noise. A noise is produced by irregular vibrations. Thus, noise is an unpleasant, discontinuous and non-uniform sound produced by irregular disturbances. Due to sudden changes, the loudness differs. On the other hand, a sound which has a pleasant sensation on the ears is called music. Scientifically, a music sound is produced by regular vibrations. For example, the prong of a tuning fork or the string of a sitar vibrates at regular intervals and hence they produce musical sound. Noise pollution. The persistence of unwanted sound or loud noise in the environment which sometimes has harmful effects on human health and well-being is termed as noise pollution. Scientists measure the loudness of sound in decibels. The chart below shows the approximate loudness of several common sounds. Sources of sound and their effect. Jet aeroplane, 130 decibel and above painful sound. Lightning, 120 decibels, 130 decibels, very uncomfortable loud sound. Motorcycle heavy vehicle, 90 decibel to 105 decibel, noise, very loud and uncomfortable. Mixer grinder, busy crossing, 70 decibels to 80 decibels, very loud but tolerable sound. Light vehicles, 60 decibel to 70 decibel, very loud sound. Conversation, 50 decibel to 60 decibel, moderately loud sound. Radio, TV at low volume, 30 decibel to 40 decibel, quite audible, comfortable sound. Whispering, 10 decibel to 25 decibel, just audible. Sources of noise. Due to day-to-day increase in noise level, it has become one of the foremost priority to curb their menace. In big cities, noise pollution is equally harmful as air or water pollution. Sources. 1. Industrial sectors. Machinery, a basic unit of factories, is the main cause of noise pollution in commercial sectors. As the machineries become old, their noise pollution also increases. 2. Noise from vehicles. In addition to air pollution, vehicles also cause noise pollution. Moreover, when old vehicles are not maintained properly, their contribution to the noise level increases many folds. Transport vehicles like truck, bus, rail, car, scooters, aeroplanes, etc. all cause sound pollution. Aeroplanes flying at lower altitudes cause noise pollution. 3. Noise in surroundings. In a surrounding, noise is produced by loudspeakers used in different functions and rallies organized by various political parties. Loud music played in cars, shouting of street hawkers, noise produced during the construction of buildings also add to the noise pollution. 4. Firecrackers. Firecrackers explode with a sharp and loud sound. These high-intensity crackers are the sources of sound pollution. 5. Gadgets for entertainment. Radio, tape recorders, transistors, television, etc. when played on high volumes contribute to sound pollution. 6. Domestic appliances. Coolers, air conditioners, washing machines, mixer cause sound pollution. Noise hazards. Noise pollution has a widespread effect on our health and environment. 1. Effect on our health. 1. Ears. The hearing organs, that is ears, are the most affected due to noise pollution. The ear membrane called eardrum may be ruptured due to intense sound. Hearing problems and losing ear sensation may also result due to sound pollution. 2. Heart. People residing in noisy areas may develop heart problems. The chances of high blood pressure, high palpitation, and heart attack are more in those people. 3. Problems. Problems related to digestive system may also occur. 2. Personal life. Noise pollution sometimes also cause loss of endurance, interferes with our sleeping pattern, forgetfulness, illusion, loss of concentration, lessening of work capacity, etc. 3. Noise pollution. Birds and cattle leave their adobe due to noise pollution. Measures to minimize noise. The following simple steps can help to reduce noise pollution. 1. The machines which produce minimum noise should be used. Machines should be checked regularly and damaged mechanical parts should be changed. 2. The factories should not be in the township areas. 3. Vehicles should always be maintained properly on time. 4. Domestic appliances should be lubricated and maintained timely. 5. Firecrackers should be banned. 6. Functions should be organized indoors. 7. Aeroplanes should not be allowed to fly at lower altitudes over the residential area. 8. In order to reduce noise, trees are often planted by the roadside. They absorb the intense sound waves and deflect the same in the atmosphere. Hence, more and more plantation activities should be undertaken. 9. By using thick curtains inside our homes, we can reduce the noise level. 10. Materials like cotton, wool, rubber, thermocol, and different kinds of cloth absorb some of the sound waves. Musical instruments and sounds produced by them. Musical instruments in general are of 5 kinds. String instruments. This type of instruments consist of tall strings of metal wire which are stretched over a wooden sound box. When these strings are made to vibrate, they produce sounds. Strings are vibrated by plucking them, as in case of sitar, striking them, as in guitar, or by playing with a bow, as in violin. The frequency of the sound is changed as the length or tightness of the string is changed. In all the string instruments, the thickness, length, and tension in the string vary. The string produces sounds of multiple frequencies. They are in general called harmonics. Wind instruments. In wind instruments, the air column is set to vibrate by blowing air through them. Examples are flute, trumpet, bugle, shehnai, etc. In fluids, when the holes are closed or opened, the length of vibrating air column is changed by which sounds of different frequencies are produced. While in case of trumpet, this is done by pressing the key. Reed instruments. In reed instruments like harmonium and mouth organ, thin strips of metal are present which are called reeds. Air is forced through these reeds which vibrate to produce sounds. Percussion or membrane instruments. In a percussion instrument, a vibrating skin or membrane produce a musical sound. The instruments are made like that they have skin stretched over hollow objects. When skin is struck, the sound is produced by its vibration. Example, tabla, dholak, drum and mridangam. Ghanavadya. Jaltarang, manjira, mataka, mud pots are some more instruments used in different parts of our country. You have seen that sound is produced by 4 ways. These are plucking, rubbing, blowing and beating.